Man, these sex workers are being terrorized and targeted. The FBI is now on the case and say more victims could be out there.
And I was like scrunched down, like, please don't kill me. I have kids. Like, I'm begging for my life.
17 years. Kendra Kay has been a high-end escort and never something like this.
It was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It was like super nice and very respectful to a whole different complete, person when he pulled the gun on me.
In January, she flew up from her home in Florida after 24-year-old Kevin Whitfield found her on social media and booked a session here at the Marriott Hotel in Romulus.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's the Date Master. You're checking in. Class is in session. Welcome to the space where you can get all of your dating insight, your dating forecast, and your motivation to elevate. See, one thing before I get into this video, I want to clarify. A lot of people confuse dating with relationships. They're not the same. Dating is the process in which you are capable of vetting, enjoying a woman's company, and if it does go to a relationship, you have the resources, the knowledge, and the skills to pick the woman to take it to the next level. Dating, in my opinion, does not come with a lot of layers. It is simply knowing how to enjoy a woman's company and to determine if she is worthy of taking it to the next level of commitment for building a family. Other than that, the dating process is simply enjoying each other's company. And if you don't want to take it to the next level, you know how to do so and leave without any collateral damage. So now that I got that disclaimer out of the way, let's proceed. So you see on the front of this video, you see a news reporter. Again, I mentioned this in my last video, basically covering a story of prostitutes getting assaulted. I didn't know prostitution was legal in Florida or Michigan to where you can catch a flight and work out of a hotel. I didn't know this to where the FBI would get involved and investigate on the woman's behalf of doing illegal prostitution. Isn't this something interesting? I didn't know this to where the FBI would say, hey, you got assaulted by prostituting? And this woman claims she's married and has been a high-end escort prostitute for over 17 years. And the FBI is saying there's more victims, meaning they're watching this take place. See, what's taking place here now is that they pick and choose what crimes and what issues to investigate and what needs their attention. But this video pretty much dictates, or not dictates, but it's going to confirm that you're not a victim, yet you are a volunteer. See, we have this thing called victim shaming, where women like to use this. They like to use these coin and catchphrases to pretty much overshadow their lack of accountability for their own actions. So they'll say you're victim shaming. In my opinion, as I drink my tea this morning, in my opinion, a victim is not complicit in the action of being a victim or complicit in the probability that they could be a victim. A victim to me is totally random. Children are victims of crime. Adults are victims of crimes when they have no association to the perpetrator. Random shooting, random robberies, grape, for lack of better terms, random things of that nature. That is a victim. If you are a prostitute and you're traveling to meet a person who's booking you online for prostitution, you're not a victim. You're a volunteer. Victim shaming does not apply to you. So this woman is telling her story thinking she's going to get sympathy from mainstream media and from the masses. Baby, you've been prostituting 17 years and you have not faced one criminal charge. Yet we're supposed to feel sorry for you that you pretty much encountered the expected. I didn't know prostitutes were flown in and flown out or were able to operate without any kind of, just roam freely. I didn't know this other than Vegas. And I think New York and New Jersey just legalized. See, they legalized prostitution, but as a man, if you were the one that was managing them per se, that would be considered pimping and pandering and human trafficking. You would be charged for human trafficking. If this woman was to be arrested, she would snitch on you or tell on you and say, it wasn't me. I was manipulated into doing this. Meanwhile, she just told you she's been doing it 17 years, looking to be living a life of comfortability and luxury. So this victim shame narrative must be put in the proper context. If you're an adult and you're complicit in an act in which a crime takes place, relationships where there is domestic violence, you're not a victim. Being a prostitute, being an IG or Instagram thought, escort, whatever, you're flying out, you're sending pictures, you're engaging in an act that you would not tell the world in detail that you're doing. You do it on the low, you're not a victim. You're a volunteer. See, when women volunteer for things and it don't go their way, this is when they try to play victim because it didn't pan out. If she was to fly to Detroit and get, however many hundreds or thousands from this John, this would not have made the news. But because she did not get paid and because she was assaulted or whatever, now she's a victim because it didn't go her way. This is the whole spinoff from women claiming all men that they were not able to dominate and control are narcissistic. If you notice, every man that leaves a woman now, he's labeled as narcissistic. But if a woman leaves a man, she's brave, strong, independent, etc. You see how these narratives spin. But you're not a victim. I'm sorry to tell you, you are indeed a volunteer. When a woman volunteers and it goes her way, it's all cheers, it's all applauses, and everything is a-okay. See, women want to have 100% I would say domination, but control and power over every experience that she has with men because of her miseducation and her indoctrination to thinking the world is her oyster, and it is not. This is still a man's world, and reality is going to slowly show that this is the case. And again, I want to go back to the podcast I did this past Sunday with the woman. I proposed a scenario. I said, well, I got the 6-bedroom house. You don't have to pay for anything. She's stating, I need to structure it to where she can pay half so she can feel as if she's invested and have some type of say-so. Which one is it? Do you want a man or a roommate? And what this is, and I'm going to do a video about this as well. I think this just influenced or inspired my next video. It's going to be called FOK, and that is fear of karma. See, when you listen, you have to listen to what these women don't say versus what they say. Women that speak like this, that have this fear, women have an innate fear of karma. They know the things that they've done in the past, and they fear what type of karma they're facing or what lies ahead because of the things that they've done. This is why women go into these scenarios of saying they're not dating, they're not on social media, they're not doing this, they're cleansing all of these chakras and shit. All of this is a fear of karma. So they look for any and every outlet to find sanctuary. They look for any and every outlet to find a place where they can be born again. They can be new. They're new personalities. They move to these different cities with new energy, a new look, because they're total strangers. They feel that they can get a do-over, and they feel that they can run from the karma. There was a guy who had a hit song, one of my favorite songs to date. Mooski. He's from Alabama. I think he's from Mobile, if I'm not mistaken. He has a song called Track Star. And you have to listen to the words. And I was listening to the lyrics, and I said, this guy knows what he's talking about. And it says, she's a runner, she's a track star. You can't, the dirt you left does not turn into dust. It doesn't move. It's still waiting for you. See, these women have a fear of karma because of the secret, deceitful things that they've done to men and their friends in the past. So they try every option they can to get away and to duck it and dodge it. This pretty much explains their lack of being able to be accountable for their actions. A woman that's not accountable or does not want to take accountability for her actions is going to do everything she can to run from it. You're not a victim. You are indeed a volunteer. See, the next thing is women are going to start removing their choices. They have already started this. They removed their decisions to deal with the man and put everything on the man. They put all responsibility on the man to be better than her. Her actions should be excusable. Women can OnlyFans, start it up, go independent, run off men, do these things and think that the man should just accept it. That this should be, I was in a bad place. I was young. I was dumb. You hear this a lot. But if women mature faster than men, how are you young and dumb if you mature faster than we do? You see how this works? You see how this works? If you're smarter, better, in everything than men are, how were you young and dumb and made such decisions that now you place the blame on the men if you're better? See, they don't think before they talk. If women are smarter than men, how are women always being played and cheated on? Where's this discernment that they have? If they choose shitty men that would beat on them, men that would cheat on them, men that are not producers or men that don't have any type of value to better them. If they're smarter and better, how would they pick these men over and over and over? That is the $1 million question we must ask. So shout out to the guys who are looking to be enlightened, because the women, they're just a deer in the headlights. They don't know what's coming. They think they have control and all of this autonomy, but as these men continue to awaken and continue to evolve into their best version of themselves, the women that have certain mindsets will be left on the table. They will be excommunicated from any type of interaction or any type of privilege that men provide to them, such as chivalry, such as kindness, such as compassion. They're going to excommunicate themselves from all of that. And that's why I told one of my guys, I said, I no longer, the only way I would engage women in any type of conversation as far as relationship or anything real world related, it would have to be a business venture. I would have to get paid to do it. The casual social media, banter and rhetoric and dialogue, you don't see me doing that anymore. And you won't see me doing that anymore because these women have made up their minds. I will let them lie in the bed that they've made. And that's fine with me. But you won't catch me going back and forth with any women on social media about any topics regarding the man and the woman. Because it is futile. You won't get anywhere. Either we're fucking or getting money together, but it won't be both, because business and pleasure does not mix. And let me pin that as well. I want to do something to that. We can get money, but it won't be a business and pleasure relationship unless you're working for me and not with me. But you guys let me know what you think about this video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.